All right, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today, I've had so many people ask about Rocco. So you know what? I decided we're just gonna play Rocco today and see what happens. And the question is, can Rocco cook? Let's go find out. All right, we're gonna go quick and give a rundown of all the parts in this deck because they all kind of interact with each other. But don't forget, if you want to get anything you see in today's deck list, or you want to get any other nerd things, check out coolstuffinc.com. They're big supporters of the channel, and you can even save 5% of your purchase by using code DRAGON at checkout, because Cool Stuff Inc. always has cool stuff in stock. Now, getting into this, we're going to start with Hopeful Initiate. Great, because it lets us remove artifacts and enchantments, also gets bigger. We're going to be playing some Commando Faces Kakazan, because it puts +1/+1s on things, and that's cool, because that's what we're trying to do. But also just giving us another body. Dusk Legion Duelist, obviously we get to draw cards, and don't underestimate the fact that this thing has Vigilance, because that will come into play, I'm sure. We're going to play some copies of Invasion of Gobakhan. I don't know how many is correct to play, but we're probably going to start with 2 in this list, and I think it's going to solve a lot of problems when you're worried about sweepers. Speaking of sweepers as well, Gaia's Gift. Now, admittedly, this doesn't do anything against Sunfall, because Indestructible doesn't matter anymore, I guess, but it does matter against stuff like Depopulate, or even Creature Combat, or Spot Removal. We're going to be playing for Ozolith. I don't necessarily love playing a lot of legendary things, but the fact that it does cycle makes it okay, and it's actually a pretty important benefit to the deck. We're going to play some Aquarian Beastcaller as well, because it gets free counters every time you play a creature, and we're going to have a lot of creatures in this list. We have Botanical Brawler. Speaking of which, with Beastcaller getting free counters is great for Botanical Brawler. Every time you get counters on something else, this thing gets a counter. Then we have Kami of Whispered Hopes, which again gives us the extra counter on stuff. So now we have this, and we have the Ozolith, also kind of doubling down on that effect. And then, of course, the star of the show today is Rocco. We're going to play a couple copies of this and see if getting those extra +1/+1s is good enough, or if the food even matters. Or does giving our opponent those extra cards suck, and that comes back to bite us in the butt? We'll find out. I'm a little dubious here, but we'll see. We're going to play an Archangel Elspeth, because again, putting +1s on things, but more importantly, being able to give stuff flying so you don't just get blocked up on the ground. We have Alana and Elena, which, yes, again, puts counters on things, but also gives something haste, which is pretty big. And we're going to be playing a Johnny Sleeper Agent, because we can distribute 3 +1/+1 counters, and that's super good whenever you have a Botanical Brawler on the battlefield. So all of these should hopefully do what we need them to do for us. But as always, if you want the full deck list, it'll be at the end of the video, where we talk about what we learned from playing the games we're going to play today. And you can also download it in the description down below. Just look for the blue arrows. That'll take you to our Moxfield link. Not only can you get today's deck list, you'll be able to get all the lists that we played throughout the season. But for now, y'all go have some fun watching those games, because I'm hoping Rocco can cook. And then we'll see you on the back end of the video. All right, we drew Rocco, but I don't think this is the ideal circumstances we're looking for a Rocco, sadly. But, you know, we'll get to play it on 3, and it'll have a +1/+1 counter, so that's not awful. And it will be a big 3/5. But this is actually the kind of matchup I was concerned about with Rocco, in the sense that it could end up giving the opponent the spells to be able to beat us. Though, it does produce food, which helps against mono red. So, there is that. Alright, Mechanized Warfare. Attack, I'm blocking. I am not that attached to that card. Got another Warfare and a Squee. You're taking the other Warfare. Good to know. Alright. And this is again where it could be an issue. Don't know that it will be, but it's something we have to be aware of. Okay, Elspeth is alright. We can live with that. Making some blockers that have a lifelink. I'm into it. Yep. I mean, they are dealing a lot of damage, but I think it's... the juice is worth the squeeze here, as they say. Counter up this. We'll go +1. All right, Rocco's cooking. All right, they talk about let them cook. Here you go. I mean, we're at 15. They can produce a lot of damage. I don't know if they can kill us, but... yeah, we'll put the counter on Rocco just to make him hard to kill. Feel a lot safer now that they use that on Elspeth. Because now, even if they use something that deals extra damage to try to get rid of these dudes, we still have a big Rocco. Yeah, that's not going to get us. We are pretty safe here. Let's go with this. I mean, opponent blocks, and yeah, it didn't even matter. Sure. And then we just attack. Like, no matter what they block, we're getting there either way. Yep. Okay, so Rocco, brother cooked. There you go. I mean, Rocco was cooking so good, we had a whole 4-food stew going on. We didn't even use them against Mono Red, so I don't know if that means anything for the rest of the video, but this is a good start. Sure. I think we're just going heavy on some Beast Callers back to back here, but I'm okay with that. I mean, we have 3 cards we technically can't even cast yet, so we kind of need the Beast Callers to live unless we can find some white mana. Okay, there's that, so that does help. Alright, does this first caller live? Maybe? Third Path Iconoclast. Oh boy. Oh boy. Man, and giving them spells is actually going to be very detrimental. Jeez. I think we have to do it, though. I think we just risk it for the biscuit here. And just say if they get blockers, they're going to have to sacrifice all those blockers to get in the way here. Because that's what we got to do. And tough choice, but that's life, I guess. Alright, Monastery Mentor. So we basically get like 1 turn of activity. This is tough because I kind of want to Beast Caller then Legionnaire, but I also kind of want to Invasion of Gobakhan, which is a tough decision to make here. I think, though, I'm going to go here for sure. And I think I'm going to go here. Maybe to slow down their draw, potentially. What else do they have? They have a Narset? Ugh. Well, they don't have the mana for that. Narset is a 3/4, though. I think we go here. Because if they play Narset, they're not doing anything else with their turns. So, it's whatever. Yeah, we're just going to attack with this. I'm say you're not blocking. I know that much. Let's put the counter on Rocco. Okay. In the turn. Oh, nice. Nice. Okay. Now we might be able to do some things. Put the counter here. Alright, they want to play with fire. It sounds like a plan. I am not mad at that. You got it. Alright, they're going to tap, make some bodies to block with. Which we knew was a risk, but so be it. Alright, take our turn. We're going to play... Ooh, we don't have we do have another white in hand. Okay, that's fine. Play that so we can play this. Put a counter here so we can draw a card. That doesn't particularly help us, unfortunately. Let's see, if we attack with Rocco, they could block with 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'd only kill 3. Though we could blow up Light Shield Array, I guess. That's not the most favorable thing. But probably still worth it at this point. Oh, really? Nice. I didn't think they were going to do that. Sure, we'll crack this all day. Love to see it. Okay, all right. That went much better than I anticipated. I mean, I guess unless, of course, they have like a, I don't know, some type of sweeper here. But we do have a 5 and a 7 toughness thing. Okay, they finally got tired of Rocco. They said enough of that. Aerith, cool. I've considered, every time I've tried Aerith in a deck, it just hasn't worked out. I've been very displeased with my decision every time I've done it. Alright, let's go ahead and play this biggin. I'm just going to pay the full price. And then we're going to distribute some counters, which are going to be 1, 2, 3, since we already put a counter on Quirion Beastcaller this turn. This should grow a very big Botanical Brawler. And we're going to get some attacks on. Get to keep these Vigilance creatures back as blockers, which is super sweet. This is the type of turn, so where you do want to draw one of the Elspeths, so you can just give something flying and in this thing. So we're pretty good next turn, I think. I mean, if they play spells to make blockers here, they still have to block a trampling creature plus a flying creature. We kind of got a little lucky, too, because we drew a lot of mana sources here. I mean, they did give us a clue so we can draw a card, if that comes up. I was going to say, there was a chance they could have a Fateful Absence for our Botanical Brawler as well, but I think, unless they have exactly Fading Hope, we should be pretty good here, right? That's one way to find out. Unfortunately, I don't get to draw it here, so I'm just going to let that ride. Let's go for it. Nope, they don't have anything, so sure. Let's jump that. And play this. And attack with this. Why not? Yep, opponent says GG. Alright. Whew. That one had a chance to get away a little bit. Okay. Alright, if we can draw an untapped green land, this is kind of baller. If not, then we're just going to Invasion of Gobakon and hope for something good on 3. This is not a great hand, but it could turn into a good hand. I mean, I guess worst case scenario, we play a 3/3 brawler, right? So that's something. Maybe we wait on the invasion. Oh, look, another red deck. How quaint. Okay, well. Let's get another multi-land so we can play old Rocco. That would be good times. Because this brawler's probably going to get lightning stricken. Oh, we didn't. Hey, Rada's Firebrand. I'll be honest, we don't get to see that too often. That's pretty cool. It's a nice little bonus card to see. Alright, let's go ahead and go Dusk Legion, Legionnaire. Or Dusk Legion Duelist. Legionnaires, whole different thing. No attacks. Partly because if we do get a 4th land that happens to be red or green, we can play Alana lineup, put counters on the Duelist. Duelist can then put counters on the Brawler, and we can start doing fun things. Opponent's loading up double Firebrand here. Alright, they had to play with fire. Fair enough. You can make one thing not block. Not interested in trading there. Awesome sauce. That works fine. Let's do this. No attacks. Mostly because I want to wait on Rocco just a second. Plus, if we get an untapped land, we could Rocco and Invasion on the same turn, which is pretty sweet. Triple Rada's Firebrand. Okay. Well, the good news is our bodies are now big enough, and we can do all the things our hopes and dreams want us to do, which is great. All right, let's see what you got, opponent. Probably lands with our luck. Nope, we get that thing though. That's cool. All right. Do we just load up Rocco and try to go to town? Is that the game plan here? I think we don't, because Rocco's just worth more. Let's just go with this. Actually, let's attack here. And if they want to give us 2 creatures for our 1, I'm down. Excellent. We will take that all day. Nice, nice. Got an Ozolith. They got a Squee. Oh, wait. You know what I just realized? This is a fun... Actually, I guess I knew this, but this... To point it out, in case those of you skipped the beginning of the video, like, because this is exiled, it doesn't say the card has to be exiled from Rocco. It's just whenever somebody plays something from exile. So that does include that card. Alright. Opponent can't overcome that. Alright, this is pretty strong. Because we can turn 1 Commando, turn 2 Duelist, which at least gets us a card to try to set up the other turns. So I kind of like that. Could play a Brawler straight up on 2, but I don't think that's as good. Because we don't have anything else that sets up counters at the moment. That's not bad either. Okay. Let's see what happens. There's also a good chance this just dies to, like, go for the throat or something, but if it does, it does. Come on, land. Okay, that's something. That at least gives us an opportunity. That's all we're hoping for here. Sometimes we're just asking for small bits of help. Yeah, we knew this wasn't living, so that's fine. Getting the card was the right play there. Alright, what are you going to do here? Let's see, they might have a cut down. If so, what does this turn look like? Huh. It's like, how do I feel if they have a cut down? I mean, I guess we do this. Well, I guess they don't have a cut down, so that's cool. And no attacks. And we'll just see what happens here. Alright, shielded. We could live with that. We'll end up taking some damage from it, but that's at least tolerable considering the situation. Play this. Play this. No attacks. Alright, another Oathsworn. Super annoying, because it's another Death Touch thing. That also annoying, or not Death Touch, it's another Menace thing, which is tough here. We're going to block with these, though, because I can't see why we wouldn't. And the etchings is not important to a plan here. Alright. So that worked out beautifully for us. Was not anticipating that. I really was hoping for a land, though. This does limit our choices, unfortunately. We could do this, which would put a counter, put a counter, put a counter. That's nice. We could do this and then this, which adds a counter, adds extra counters. I think we got to do this. Nope, we can't. Ugh. Ugh. No land here. Sucks. This is very difficult. So, yeah, God, dang it. I guess all we get to do is this. I mean, I say all, but, I mean, it's still something, but, ugh. Alright. No attacks, I guess? Wow, that sucks. We only have, like, 2 turns, so we're gonna have to make something big happen here. And we have to hope they don't have a kill spell, which they don't, so that was good. Because that could have been way worse. Fortunately, we've got the blocks covered at the moment, but we are going to be losing life to Shieldred, and that's serious. Okay, another Brawler. Jeez. And we're going to have to take a damage to play the Brawler, which is unfortunate. I think we do this and then just leave up Gaia's Gift, I think. It's a little bit tricky, but that might be our best plan here. And then we attack, attack, attack with that one. Leave some things back to see if we don't completely die. Maybe I'm supposed to attack with the 7 too, though. Alright, that actually worked out okay. We'll take that. Also, kills 2 things. Keeps us out of the danger range if we feel the need to block here for a couple turns. Still in a great spot if we can draw land now. Nothing flies or anything, so I'll get something with Menace, I believe, is all that they can snag. Oh, those are all exiled. Yeah, so they can get Vigilance. That's fine. Jeez, you're kidding me. Oh, that's hurtful. Alright, well, we're going to do the only thing we can do here. And just make these creatures as large as possible to be as threatening as they can be. And get in there with this for sure. Alright, cool, we got there. Ooh! How much damage was I going to be? Because we were going to attack. This was going to get a counter. This was going to get a counter. So that was going to pump each of these 4 more, because they get 2 counters each time. So that would be 15 and 14. So that's 29. These would have got 2 counters. So that's 32 plus another 5, which would have been 30. Actually, no. Yeah, 37. And then 8 is 37 and 8 is 45. So, yeah. And with the big ones trampling, I think we were good, because they would have had to block here, block here, block here, take... Yeah, they would have taken way more than enough. Wow. Wow. I don't know how we did that on just 3 lands, but I'm going to take it and be happy about it. All right, this is a strong, strong start. Let's keep it. I think usually if you have the choice here, not having any other lands, it's worth it to just go for the Duelist and get the extra card. And then sort of, you know, whatever happens from there happens. Because it would probably feel a lot worse if I were to play Beastcaller, have nothing to show for it, and then I play Legion or Duelist with nothing behind it. Speaking of which, this happened. Yeah, I guess we're gonna try to attack. And leave some mana open. Actually, I'm not. I'm just going to do this. Like, if they have a way to kill a creature, they can just kill a creature. Alright, it was make disappear. That's fine. We have a backup Ozolith anyway, so it doesn't hurt us to do that there. And they're also not just going to sit there and take 5 a turn. I mean, that's absolutely nuts. Though they do have 2 spells there, or 2 white mana, so they can play either of their sweepers. So I think we're just going to do this. Let's see what the opponent's response is in the turn. Could have tried for a Johnny or something, but like I said, I'd like to leave mana up here in case they try to depopulate or something of that nature. Angel. Okay. Interesting. I think I'm just going to put a counter here. I'm risking losing a lot of creatures next turn, but... okay, we did get the land at least. So... we can play a Johnny... put counters on 2 on Etchings, 1 on Duelist, get a card. I mean, that might be our best bet. Okay. It at least forces the opponent to block, so a Johnny's safe. So we go here and here. Submit those 2. We'll put 2 here. Get to draw a card. And then the opponent, like I said, has to block here. Yep. Okay. That was it. Ooh. I like this. This leaves... Ooh, so many choices. I think we still try to go with Beast Caller on 2. But this is actually a lot of a tighter decision than it seems. Alright, let's lead with this. And if they want to bounce it, they bounce it. Whatever. This is an interesting test for Rocco as well, because I don't hate the idea of giving this opponent extra cards, because outside of something like Fading Hope, they're going to actually just be exiling what's likely to be spell counters, which is kind of interesting to think about. So, all right, I think we go with this. It's likely going to get countered, but we at least get the +1 on the Beast Caller for now. And that does clear the way that if we get a land, we could do this and this, which is kind of nice. And we'll get in there. Keeping the pressure up. But I really would like an untapped land this turn. Ugh. Ugh. That's a bit more painful. Alright. Well, if this gets countered... Oh, they're out of counters. Out of counters. This is not a drill. That's it. Right? If they don't have anything else. I mean, I guess they could have a spell counter to stop this, but... I mean, you got to play a blocker here. Or a bounce spell. Or this is just it. Yeah, sure. That puts 2 counters effectively. One on the caller, one on the brawler. Impulse, you got it. I mean, even if they get a bounce spell here, though, we can just plus the other thing, right? Because it's going to be 5 either way. So they got to have 2 Fading Hopes here. Man, we've had some ridiculous draws with just 3 lands. This is crazy. All right, what you got? They got at least a tip to bounce the Beast Caller. I can't see how they're going to stay alive otherwise. All right, put the counter here because it puts another one on the brawler anyway. Do you have a second one? Oh, they did have another one. Oh, they had a Spell Pierce. Oh, gross. Okay, I forgot about that card. Good job, opponent. All right, so they got another turn. They got what they wanted. I mean, they're still at 1, so you got to have... They do get to play some cheap creatures, though, so they could play... Oh, not like that. I was going to say they could have played Haughty Djinn and the Worm or whatever on this turn. But without that, I think we're good. Because just attacking pumps the Initiate and the Brawler here. I mean... Yeah, that's got to be it. Okay. Opponent says GG. Oh, see, they had them. Like, there they are. But ultimately did not matter here. And we just ping the opponent for 1 because we just top deck the damage anyway. Alright, cool. We'll take it. Okay, let's go with the game plan and see if it works. It's also possible by doing it this way, on turn 3, maybe we don't even play Kami. We could end up playing like Brawler plus Initiate or something. And that'd be pretty slick too. Nope, we got a red deck on board. Ooh, we got a Rocco too. That's nice for next turn. Okay. There's a good chance I'm not blocking here. I'm just going to force them to have the 3 damage spell, and if they have it, they have it. Alright, Swift Spear. If they attack, I'm assuming they have play with fire. Alright. So it's just, do I want to trade this or take 6? Basically. That is a real question. Like, this is actually tough because, like, if we cost them the spell, we do get to take one of these out, and then we only take 2. I think I'm going to risk it and just take it all. See how aggressive the opponent is. Because we're going to have 3, if not 4 blockers next turn. One of them being a big Rocco, possibly, so. Oh, so we only took 2? Wow. That was so much better than it could have been. That was amazing. No joke, that had potential to be disastrous. Okay. Invasion of Gobakan, not so good in this matchup, but not terrible. Still reasonable. Alright, let's see what the opponent wants to do here. Oh, that's going to be annoying, though. You will not kill my Rocco, friend. I mean, you know what? That said, I might just block with the Beast Caller and then move counters with Rocco if that comes to that. Oh, they're going to stoke the flames at. Okay, I don't hate it. Yeah, let's put the counters on old Rocco. How many counters did I have? 2? Let's go 1 and 1. I'm okay with that. That's not bad. Not great. I think I'm going to do this, though. And put the counter on Rocco. Well, 2 play with fires. Go figure. And we're just going to attack here. Go ahead and get that back now. Go ahead and play that. Put the counter on Rocco, so we're just going to have the biggest, baddest blocker. And the opponent gave up due to the food, I imagine. Ooh, this is bad. Yeah, we needed a white land there. We can't operate with that. Let's keep this. Ooh, I feel like I'm gambling if I give up the invasion. But maybe I have to. That's a tough one. That one actually kind of hurt. And they have a cut down, don't they? Yep. Okay. Oh, 'tis one it is. Alright. I feel like we might just be up against mono removal black, but if so, we'll see what we can do. Yep. You got it. And then just Liliana here, because we'd round out all the spells you need to be playing. Oh, Trespasser. That makes sense, too. Oh, Brawler. Are you good enough here? I guess if I Brawler... What happens, though? Kind of thinking I just do this. And then next turn I could at least, like, Ozolith and Brawlers, so the Brawler's a 3/3. We're probably still just losing the Duelist to a million other spells here. Is that another Trespasser? Because that would suck. No, it's a Hero's Downfall. Okay. Wasn't going to call that. That's a thing. Okay. Rocco, you're nice, but I don't think quite what we're looking for at the moment. Let's go here. Let's go here. This at least gives us somewhat of a reasonable blocker, unless there's also more removal, which there could be. Yep, there was. Another Hero's Downfall. Okay. We're taking 5. Sounds like a plan. Oof. Not the card we were looking for. Not by a long shot. Alright, cut down at least doesn't kill this. So that's a plus. What's the mystery card? Another removal? Ooh, it's an underdog. That's actually a real card. Almost a little surprised they didn't just want to get in there with that, but is what it is. We need multiple blockers this turn, or we're just going to be dead next turn. So this is going to be tough. That is not going to get us there. All right, GG's. Didn't do very well on that one. Opponent drew great, though. All right, let's keep it. Okay, let's see what we're up against today. Sleeper, you got it. Let's go ahead and go here. Good news is something like Elspeth could end up being pretty interesting in this matchup. Between the life gain, being able to block. So this might end up being a little more interesting than I anticipated it was going to be from the initial draw. Also, we do have Invasion of Gobakhan on turn 3 to go with this if we want to. So we've got a few plays in place, which are kind of nice. Obviously, there's still a bunch of removal on the opponent's side playing black-white, so who knows what's going to happen. Alright, pretty sure the opponent has multiple types of removal here. Let's just see what it is. Alright, so we got our 4th land. That was like the first step in this matchup to allow us to do anything. So we'll see what happens from here. But that was pretty critical. Alright, Trespasser. Sure. You got it. Also very good. Not mad at that either. Oh, actually, no. Oh, that sucks. I can't actually do these two. Ah, dang it. Because I don't have... this would have to come into play tapped on the next turn, and we wouldn't be able to play Halana Lena. I think I would rather do this. They're Infernal Grasp, huh? Alright. They'll still kill whatever they want, but maybe we can get them to kill the etchings instead. And then we can play Halana Lena and hope to do something from there. Alright, so we're going to take 7. No, they're not even attacking. So this actually turned out kind of interesting. Because depending on what we draw here, it's almost worth it to... this just gives flying. It doesn't give other stuff. Dang it. Because we can get that back, but then we take 4, 5, 6, 7, possibly 8, 9, and then we're at 4, and that's pretty gross. Don't like that at all. We could force the opponent to deal with Halana Lena, which is fine, I guess, and then we trade this for a sleeper. Alright, I mean, I guess if we gotta. And then we'll have a 2/2 plus Elspeth possibly next turn. So, I mean, I guess it's okay. Wait, that's what we're doing? Alright. I was going to say, you know you're 3/3. Wait, what? Yeah, that's the only good attack there. I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. Okay, we just take 4. So we go to 9. This is interesting, too, because they can play this next turn and give something flying, and we have to be aware of that, too. I'd like an untapped land, a white land, preferably, because then we could just play this, play Elspeth, put counters on Halana Lena, put counters on the Initiate, and that'd probably be our best bet. Unfortunately, we got lands that don't do what we want them to do, so that sucked. We do have a ground blocker, though. So what does this look like for us? Do we just play Hopeful Initiate? I guess we do. And then just attack with Alana Lena? Because I feel like if they had something, they would have just attacked anyway, right? Okay. I don't think we can win here because opponent attacks us down to 5. Even if we jump something next turn to block, then yeah, they'd have that, and that's gonna drain it. Well, I don't know. Nothing's in the yard really, so maybe we'll see. We can also destroy the angel with the Hopeful Initiate, so that's a real thing too. Okay, so far so good. So I'm assuming they'll pay 5 to play Hopeful Initiate here since we have a 5/5 blocker. At least that's what we're hoping for. Okay, cool. So now we need to remove... Destroy that. Remove a counter from here and here. So we keep a 4/4 to block. This is like the best thing we could do here. Okay. Still going to be a land short of doing everything we want to do. But not bad. We're going to take some counters off of here, put them here. We're going to put this here. We're going to tack this onto this. Alright. Now we can protect all our stuff, which is good. And we can start trying to set up a kill for next turn. Adeline, we are not afraid of. We're also not afraid of a sleeper. Matter of fact, if we minus Elspeth, well, it doesn't matter. We just plus Elspeth, then minus next turn. Because this be 6. Let's see. If we give this flying, that'd be 6, 10, 14, 15, 16. Doesn't quite get us there. Alright. We get a lifelink blocker. We get this. We get this. And then we can attack with Beast Caller and Initiate, and I think we're fine here. So the Initiate also gets pumped, so we go attack, attack, attack. And we can protect all of our creatures anyway with the Light Shield Array. Yep. Once the opponent starts blocking here, we know we're in pretty good shape. Alright. And we've got Elspeth to back things up. So I think that's going to do it. Yep. Whew, that was a good one. Close. Ooh, we're going to have to mulligan that. Wow. Oh, that's tough. Whew. Alright, we're going to keep it, but this is, whew. This is hurtful. Alright. Almost embarrassingly bad. At least tease us. Give us another red source and then something we can play to get bonus counters. Oh, it couldn't even do that for us. How sad. Alright, well, sure. Alright. That's something, I guess. We'll attack. Attack into Light Shield Array. Why not? Alright. Also means they're not going to get to use the Thirst for Knowledge this turn. We're going to go and go with this. And this. Ah, they drew another removal. Okay. You got it. I mean, that being said, if they don't beat this draw, it's kind of embarrassing for their deck. Mulligan to 5, only have 2 lands. Like, come on. Yep, we got nothing going on. Alright, I guess they're just going to draw and discard until they put something in the yard they can use with these invasions. Look, we got land. Not that it does anything, but we got land. Alright. I mean, there's truly nothing we can do here. I can't imagine, unless their draw is just absolute garbage, that we're going to win this.
Now this is a juicy secret.
Alright, I guess what we do here is we send 2 things. I don't know. Send both over here, I guess. Alright, go for a throat one of them. Makes sense. Had a fading hope for the other one. Sure. That just is what it is, then. Alright. This shouldn't even be a game right now. Like, if we win this, this is a shock for us and an embarrassment for them. Alright. Even if we do 3 or less gets up from our graveyard, it's not a lot of good stuff. Shieldred, sure. Psycho Planeswalker, sounds great. Alright, that should do it. We're done. Sure, we'll keep this. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I have it. I think I'm just going to lead with the Ozolith and see what happens. I'm going to try something different here. And then play the Kami, which probably dies, but then that leaves us the Legion that we could try to protect, so maybe. We'll see what's up. The lands are not helping us, though, deck. We had quite a plan, and it seems to be going nowhere. I'm pretty sure this is just going to die, right? I was going to say, if you attack, there wasn't no way I was blocking there. That's 100% for sure. This lets us tap for 1 mana any color. So we could do this, do this, do this. That's something, I guess. Try that. Alright, end the turn. It's a little suspicious I didn't use the Ozolith there, but figured they might depopulate or some such here, or at least attempt to. And then we'll just save the Duelist. If that's what happens. Ooh, Wandering Emperor. Okay. I'm gonna pump your creature. Interesting choice, but okay. Alright, I'm gonna gamble here. I probably should be saving this for defense, but the truth is, they probably have something that just exiles our creatures anyway. We did get an Elspeth. Didn't get an untapped white land, though. This is nice. So do they have it? They do have a Sunfall. Sweet. We can get rid of that. And they have lay down arms for 1. It's for number of planes, though, right? So 1, 2? Okay. So we can get stuff out of danger range by just doing this. And then play that tapped. Could have actually played Elspeth there, honestly. That and attack you. So we're going to get a little bit of everything here. Alright. And it's going to pump our whole team. And we're set up for lethal next turn after all that. And we found the other white land. I just realized they didn't even have the extra land for a Sunfall. Does it even matter what the opponent gets rid of here? Well, they go to 18. I mean, I guess because we have Elspeth, it doesn't matter. I mean, I guess it kind of does. Either way, we'll just sacrifice Light Shield Array. Make it easy. Yep, alright. And that'll do it. Not even getting fancy here. Alright, we'll take it. Alright, so overall this played pretty well. The only major complaint I would say I had is probably with Elspeth 5. I think Elspeth Resplendent didn't do quite enough for what we wanted. Though I do still like the option of being able to give something flying first, like Vigilance, whatever, on those turns, or even searching for something, which is pretty sweet because we don't have a ton of things that draw cards in this list. So I'm not opposed to it staying, but I could see it being cut entirely and going to 60 cards, or cutting it and playing another Archangel Elspeth, or even another Ajani. I think either of those are reasonable options if you want to do that. But we have 4 Hopeful Initiate, 3 Commando Faces Kakazan, 4 Dusk Legion Duelist, 2 Invasion of Gobakhan, 2 Gaia's Gift, 4 Ozolith, 3 Beast Caller, 4 Botanical Brawler, 3 Kami of the Whispered Hopes, 2 Rocco Street Chef, 1 Archangel Elspeth, 3 Helena and Lena, 1 Ajani, 1 Elspeth, 1 Iganjo, 2 Plains, 1 Mountain, Sakinzan, Beseju, 2 Forest, 4 Copperline Gorge, 1 Carplusian Forest, 1 Rockfall Vale, 4 Battlefield Forge, a Sundown Pass, an Overgrown Farmland, and 4 Razor Verge Thickets. So yeah, overall the deck actually plays very well, and honestly Rocco was decent. I thought we were going to get caught more by the opponent getting to play their extra cards or have access to other things, but it really didn't hurt us nearly as much. So it was actually pretty nice. Now, I do still think it could be a little bit of a liability against like the blue-white control decks, but we're already going to have issues with those, so playing something like Invasion of Gobakhan or even playing an extra one, if you run into a lot of those, is probably the way to go, especially if we're talking about replacing that other Elspeth. I could even see going to a full set of 4 of those in the right circumstances, so don't be afraid to make that change if you think it's going to help you in those fights. Otherwise, this was pretty good against mono red. It held up against other aggro decks. We had some interesting wins with just 3 lands, which is pretty cool. So yeah, the deck's actually pretty neat. Not what I expected it was going to be, but I'm not mad at it. It was kind of cool. Yeah, if there's anything, just know that like sweepers are still going to be an issue, especially something like Path of Peril because you have so many cheap creatures. But if you're prepared for that or have something like the Gaia's Gift or whatever, yeah, go for it. Run wild. I think that's the only thing I would say about this deck is you have to really sequence your cards out perfectly and understand when you can take those chances and when you can't. And that just comes with practice. And now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Walking Ballista. Mostly because this card, it started to dip at one point and seems to have stabilized somewhere around 10 or 11 bucks. And this thing's still really good. I play one in my Hamza commander deck and really love it. And this is the type of card that would have been great in a deck like this, but obviously it's not standard legal. The thing about it though is if you have anything that cares about +1/+1 counters, this just gets to do free damage as it gets more counters. And if you don't have anything else to do with your mana, you just put extra counters on this during their opponent's end step. It's actually a really cool card and not too expensive to cast and not too expensive to get your hands on. So yeah, if you didn't know about Walking Ballista, there you go. And if you enjoyed today's deck because you're into Naya decks, and that's exactly what this was, we actually have another one that played equipment that was a whole lot of fun and played some new cards from Aftermath. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.